Hello and welcome everybody to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at Diamond 2. The climb continues. Try to get to Mythic as quickly as possible. Sadly, our trophy streak ended yesterday in a nice 5-3 finish. We had a solid 5-color Dragons deck, but nothing incredible. Not the complete absurd bombs that we've been given in some of the previous drafts. But now maybe we get more bombs in this draft video. All right, now before we head into this draft, of course, this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you need some booster boxes, a Final Fantasy, Tarkir Dragonstorm, you want to crack open some packs, check them out. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, check out heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. Let's say you need a nice new deck box, playmat, sleeves, dice boxes, you name it, they got it. Heavyplay.com is the place to go. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They also have a heavy convention presence. Tell them Paul sent you. You get 10% off in person as well. You see I got the card styles for all the exhales because I take them all very highly, although I'm not going to take it here. We lost to back-to-back Warden of the Groves in the last video, so I felt bad. So I want to share the pain and take Warden of the Grove first pick, first pack here. What else is there? Not much. At least in terms of things I'm happy first picking. Dispelling Exhale is a good common, for sure. And Marshal of the Lost can be okay in a black-white deck, but I think that's basically it. Coordinated Maneuver is also fine in red-white aggro if you have enough ways to go wide, but enough thinking. Let's take Warden of the Grove and see where this goes. All right. Interesting pack here. The two best cards in this pack are Frontline Rush and Duty Beyond Death. Okay? Those are the two best cards in the pack. Don't know what's missing. There's also a Dispelling Exhale. So, if I want to stay the course of playing Warden of the Grove, then I think Dispelling Exhale makes a lot of sense here. If I want to shift gears and move into maybe a more aggressive strategy, then I think taking a Frontline Rush is totally fine. Duty Beyond Death has, I don't really like this unless I'm red-white specifically, so I don't even think it matters that, of taking this card. So which do I want to do? I'm just gonna, this is just such a worse card than Frontline Rush. I'm just gonna take the Frontline Rush and see where we end up. I like the Dispelling Exhale too, but we'll take this on a pack by pack basis. I would, after the 5-color deck from yesterday, I'd rather be Boros than 5 colors now. I have shifted my mindset. Let's see what happens. Pack 1, pick 3. I actually think the Goalkeeper is quite bad. I think it's pretty mediocre. Dragon Sniper would be the card to consider here to go with Warden of the Grove, but there's also Salt Road Pack Beast to go with the Frontline Rush. Both are very, very good options. I'm just feeling some Boros. What can I say? And now, I regret everything. There is a Sage of the Fang, Kishless Skimmer, and a Sipsig Appraiser in this pack. Nothing good in red or white. What did I give up on? Dispelling Exhale and Dragon Sniper? Yeah, those are pretty big. I guess I'll take the Appraiser here. Sage of the Fang is just much worse. Skimmer is much worse in my experience. And I just don't want to take Rebellious Strike 4th pick. If I see a Sipsig Appraiser that late, I just have to take it and then just, figure things out here. Although it's really weird. I'm now getting a Duty Beyond Death pack pick 5. So it's there's also a Piercing Exhale. But this is a stronger card than Piercing Exhale, depending on the deck that I draft. I mean, this is a premium uncommon in red-white aggro. Maybe I end up in Jeskai or blue-white tempo. All right, let's go ahead and take the Duty Beyond Death. Oh, gosh. This is so bad. There's a Veteran Ice Climber, Champion of Doosan, Dragonstorm Globe. I'm just trying to figure out where I can go with this collection of cards. Veteran Ice Climber, if I maybe some kind of a blue-white tempo deck splashing Frontline Rush, the Veteran Ice Climber can be good. I don't want to take the Lancer here. There's a Globe, but I don't think I want to be Dragoning. All right, let's take the Ice Climber here and see where this ends up. Boros is not it, though. Red is definitely cut off here. So, but maybe Jeskai is something we could be interested in. There is a Focus the Mind and an Ice Ridge Serpent out of this pack. I guess I'll take a Focus the Mind here. And yeah, this is just a really odd draft. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. Bant? Should we draft Bant for the first time ever? Like, is Poise Practitioner even good here? Or do I take Champion of Doosan? It's weird. I don't know. Yeah. All right, I'll take Champion of Doosan. I don't know. I mean, it's good with the Ice Climber. We'll take Unending Whisper. I actually like this card a fair amount. Okay, yeah. Duty Beyond Death and Frontline Rush took us for a little ride, but we are trying to make some adjustments here. We are trying. No guarantees that we're succeeding here, by the way, but we are. Thornwood Falls on the wheel. All right. We got some Boros gamers in this draft. 100%. So we now see, and this is the problem. It's like when you're switching. Okay, well, thankfully we opened an Areni. But when you're switching between taking 5-color cards and Boros cards, the pivots are so difficult. You just end up losing out on a lot of really valuable picks. And that's exactly what happened here. But hey, bailed out by the Areni here, hopefully. And maybe now we have some direction. Like, we literally missed out on 3 really solid options here. Dragon Sniper, Dispelling Exhale, and I don't know what the other card was. And this is what we have right now. Okay, Glacierwood Siege doesn't seem super strong here. Like, I just don't... Like, it's a cool card to draft around, and I might first pick it and in one draft just to, like, and then take a bunch of Harmonize spells to go with it. But I think, given that we're probably going to be teamer here with this Areni as well, noting that red is more a splash than anything, but I will take the Molten Exhale as good interaction over a Durgar Island Dragon. And move on. This pack is complete garbage. Don't know what to take. There is another Unending Whisper. There is a Keru Goldkeeper. I mean, maybe I can just take this. It's a dragon. I have the Veteran Ice Climber. We don't know exactly what our colors are going to be. But just so you all know, for all you Boros gamers out there, I tried, okay? And we gave up some good stuff to try. You know, especially with like a card like the Frontline Rush, which I think is just so strong in that archetype. I guess the one pick I really wish I could take back was there was a Globe, and I think I really wish I had a Globe over this Veteran Ice Climber, I think. But we have some graveyard stuff. Sonic Shrieker is far too hard to cast. Awaken the Undead Dead's good, so... Another Awaken the Undead Dead is good. I mean, it's great. Yeah, okay. Well, this is something I probably want to cast earlier, but I don't know. I mean, we're just going to keep taking removal here. There's a Kishla Trawlers, but there's also a Molten Exhale. We only have 3 spells right now, and I only have, like, the Veteran Ice Climber as a way to mill myself. I think I'm just going to take the Exhale here. And now we really need to prioritize mana fixing here just to make sure we can cast all our spells. So here, when there's nothing too strong, I'm going to just take the Bloodfell Caves because we absolutely want black and red cards. And hopefully the Warden of the Grove and the Areni can get us to where we need to go. Here... Don't love this. Like, given that red is probably going to be a splash, I don't think I like the idea of the Stormshriek Feral. I think I'm just going to take Ice Ridge Serpent here. It's just a totally fine card to play. And it buys me some time before I can get to Areni. The nice thing about the Awaken the Undeads, along with some of the other self-mill stuff, is that this gives me 2 ways to get back the Areni if I happen to mill it. Here, it's an easy Teamer Devotee. Just as a nice way to help me play the Molten Exhales and play something to get in the way. Not going to splash the Pack Beast. And yeah, all right. I think this is still a fine collection of cards, given that we had to give up on some power. Now, actually, do I take the... Maybe it's the Rejuvenator. I don't really like Snakeskin Veil in general, unless I'm the black-green counters deck, and I can see a world where the Rejuvenator makes some sense in this deck. I would prefer not to play it. Jungle Hollow is great. That is super nice. And yeah, there are like roughly 75 Boros drafters at this table, given what I even saw out of Pack 2. And that's after I took a bunch of Boros cards. So happy that we have made the shift over to this deck. That is a Molten Exhale number 3. I don't really care for Sage of the Fang. There's some mana fixing here, which is good, but yeah, let's just take all the removal. Ooh, I do love Roiling Dragonstorm. We are currently only on 2 dragons, but it's just such a nice 2-drop, and I do like having a fair number of card draw effects. Now, of course, we see Descendant of Storms and Windcrag Siege, both of which are awesome in the Boros aggro deck, but not really missing out on too much here. So gonna happily take Roiling Dragonstorm out of that pack. Certainly could use some more cheap interaction here. Dispelling Exhale is perfect. Temur Tawnyback is fine. So is the Rugged Highlands, but let's go ahead and take the Exhale here. And yeah, I mean, now we have plenty of things to do on turn 2. 4 different Exhales. Picking up one more decent dragon would be nice. Soggo Wildling would be an excellent way to turn on some of these cards. I don't even love the Goldkeeper, but I will probably play it just because I have all these Exhales. All right, Great Arishan City is nice. Oh, Soggo Wildling versus Sultai Monument. That is a real pick. But I need dragons. I love the monuments. You know how much I love the monuments, but I am taking the Soggo Wildling here. Like, with 4 Exhales, I feel like I just want to take the Soggo Wildling. And it's also just a really good mana fixer as well. Here, I don't think I need to take Molten Exhale number 4. There is another dragon, a Focus the Mind. I might just take Whirlwing Stormbrood. Like, it's a fine card, and it just adds another dragon. I don't want to take the Feral. And I already have a Focus the Mind and an Unending Whisper and an Appraiser and a Roiling Dragonstorm, so I don't think I need another card draw spell. So why don't I just take another dragon for my deck here? It's not the best dragon, but it's still fine. Keruru Goldkeeper versus Temur Battlecrier. Another interesting option here. I just don't think I'm going to play this turn 3 all that often. But it is a really powerful card. But I'm going to take the dragon. You saw how good the Battlecrier was in the previous draft, but I think I'm like, I don't know. My mana is not perfect, so I just want to just lean into the dragons. And having now 5 dragons makes my Exhales phenomenal. Don't really want to take anything out of this pack. I don't know. Not going to play any of these cards. All right, here we have another Temur Devotee or a Riverwalk Technique. Feels like a deck that could probably use another Temur Devotee, honestly, with the triple Molten Exhale. There is also Embermouth Sentinel. Maybe that's actually better. Yeah, let's take the Embermouth Sentinel, the second one. This just gives me all the different colors that I might need for my deck. I think now I can afford to take a land. Although Temur Tawnyback is good, so is Riverwalk Technique. But yeah, let's take Swiftwater Cliffs there. Pummeler, I am very happy playing. Rugged Highlands. Okay, getting all these lands late is really, really clutch. And at least our mana worked out here, right? We have 5 lands, 2 Embermouth Sentinels, and a Soggo Wildling. So I do like that situation. And I think I'm just going to play 17 lands. I don't have anything in my sideboard that's particularly strong. I guess Rainveil Rejuvenator could be something to consider. I definitely want one of each type of basic. So like 1 mountain, 1 swamp makes a lot of sense. With, 4 black cards and 4 red cards. And then I want to lean into the green here because I have the Soggo Wildling, so 1 more forest makes sense. This gives us 8 green, 7 blue. And then double Embermouth Sentinel, which I'm pretty happy taking here because that lets me get my other colors as well. So this seems like what I want to do. As far as card advantage type effects, I have the Unending Whisper, Roiling Dragonstorm, Focus the Mind, and Also, Awaken the Honored deck work well with the Renew cards. I actually have a fair amount of Renew cards. I have 1, 2, 3. All right. I have 3 Renew cards and a Harmonize card, so the Self-Mill is also good. Oh, no, I actually have another Renew card here as well. So the Ice Climber actually seems like a totally fine card to play here. Just something that can block early, but milling myself also looks like a decent thing to do in this deck. So, all right, this looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the sideboard in case I'm missing something. There is a Gurmag Nightwatch on the splash I don't care for. Rainveil Rejuvenator is just kind of mediocre. No, this is it. Let's run it. One of each, red and black, also makes sense. All right, let's go. All right, now before round 1 starts, just want to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and would like to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Want to give a big shout out to all the patrons scrolling through here. Really do appreciate all of your support. It really means a lot and allows me to continue making all this content. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I think is a really great way to join an awesome community of like-minded individuals looking to up their limited game just like yourself. All right, opponent on the play. Ugh. I'm gonna keep because I have an Ureni in my hand and I have a turn 3 champion of Doosan. I have 7 blue sources, Saga Wildling, double Ember Sentinel. Like, I have so much mana fixing. That's one of those I believe that I will draw either an island, that's 7 islands, or one of my 2 Embermouth Sentinels. Man, a Globe would have been so good in this deck. That was probably the biggest punt of the picks that I made. In my mind, I was thinking, can I draft some kind of blue-white tempo deck? And I thought the Ice Climber would be good there. But I got a little too fancy for my own good. All right, let's get an island here. Four cards. Did they mulligan? Oh, Pack Beast. Okay. Well, let's play the champion here. No attacks. If they kill the champion of Doosan, it's going to be quite bad for me. Nope. What can they have here? Osseous Exhale? Rebellious Strike? I don't know. Duty Beyond Death? I guess. That's not that good. Alicia's whatever. Purging Stormbrood. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could have double blocked, but what can you do there? Not too much, I don't think. All right, I am going to leave red open because I have 3 Molten Exhales in my deck. Boom. Let's discard a Kiru Goldkeeper. And let's kill the Pack Beast now. Then we'll keep the Sentinel back. They missed the land drop, which is nice. All right, we are just trying to get to mana to play the Ureni. They did not attack me. Ooh. Too bad renewing doesn't count as casting a spell. But yeah, I mean, this is simply just focus the mind. I mean, I'm just blocking whatever, so. 3 cards in hand here. Obviously, if we could, they're black and white. If I just survive to Ureni, I am golden. All right, Solid Roar Pack Beast is excellent. Do they really want to trade their Earth Carver? Okay. Did I find a black source? No. So next turn is likely going to be Ice Ridge Serpent on the Alchemist. I'm actually just going to discard this because I can't play it. And I just want to hit all my land drops. Let's bounce the Alchemist. Let's play a red-green land and go about our day. Just trying to survive. Caustic Exhale. Okay, that's good. Take 4. Alchemist. Okay, 2 cards in hand, and we drew the land. That's really good. Let's play the Sipsig Appraiser. And, ooh, that is a black source, but that's also a Molten Exhale. 2 cards. I'm taking Molten Exhale. I can play it at instant speed. And we're just going to pass. I will take it. Fortress Kinguard, okay. So I can deal 8 damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay. Aw, yeah. 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 That's right. Ureni for the win! I mean, it's pro black and white. What do you do? Is that a concession? Alright, yep. Oh, there you go. There you go. Ureni for the win. Hopefully we get many more of those. Just make it easy. Just survive until we get to the Ureni. Thank you, Ureni, for bailing this draft out, because we were zigging and zagging, maybe a little too hard, but here we are. All right, on the play here, no black source. Hopefully we can find one, but I do have a 2-drop here, and I actually have a lot of things that I get benefits of for putting into my graveyard. But yes, just naturally drawing a way to get a black source here would be great. Again, this would be the Globe. Would the Globe be better than this Veteran Ice Climber? Let me know what you think. I'm going to go with yes. Oh, that is the big... Are you kidding me? My 1 basic swamp? Oh. Oh my gosh. That is heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. My 1 swamp. Oh, and then I drew another black card. Oh, this is unreal. And the Sagu Wildling? Well, I guess that's... I don't have a... I mean, it would have just been something I can play. Humbling Elder, what the heck? Okay. Alright. I just need a creature I can cast. Sipsig Appraiser. Like, they haven't killed the Warden of the Grove, but I just haven't been able to punish them at all. Oh, this Veteran Ice Climber. It's just the ultimate betrayal here. The ultimate betrayal. At least give me like a good card draw spell here. No. What is happening? I just milled a Rennie. Oh, all right, well, I guess I couldn't have cast it, so. Yeah, bounce Warden of the Grove. Yep. I'm done. I'm done. I milled the big thing that I wanted to mill with the Awaken the Honored Deads. They're pretty close to making a dragon here. Stormplane Detainment on Warden of the Grove, sure. Just give me a tap black source. Wow, I mean, obviously that's the risk you take when you play mill effects. I do have a Bloodfell Caves, and do I have a Dismal Backwater? I don't know. I might need to go back and look at my mana base. I honestly, to be honest, I didn't really fully look at it. I mean, what am I going to do here? We just... I think we have like 6 or 7 black sources in the deck. Like, full stop. But all of them involve me searching for the swamp. So if I mill the swamp... Oh, there it is. I think it's too late, though. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's just too late. All right. My deck betrayed me! Veteran Ice Climber, how dare you! Maybe the correct thing is to not mill myself. Hold on. Let me just do a black mana check here. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 4 black cards. All right. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's probably correct to not mill myself until I have the colors that I need, because otherwise it's just so devastating, especially with the hand that I had. I'll keep this. Turn 3 Sipsig Appraiser. Feels like one of those games where it's like, that's like an easy win if that was a globe, right? If that was a globe, it's just the easiest win ever. Oh well. Oh, Warden of the Grove off the top, I will certainly keep. Blue, green, green. Not too many. Oh, no way. Knockout maneuver? Oh. This is brutal. I was thinking, I'm like, okay, like, maybe they use Fresh Start. But, like, there's not that many removal spells at blue, green, green. Knockout Maneuver is, like, one of the only ones. Can you imagine if they had another one here? I mean, they know I'm snap blocking. It's just like, you know, whatever. Yeah. All right, so if I can Appraiser into a way to find a black source, that would be really good, right? That way I can play Awaken the Honored Dead. What the heck? That is so bizarre. I guess they were considering using Sage of the Fang just to attack, but they wanted to use Snakeskin Veil to kill this. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That is totally fine. All right, but I am certainly in need of finding something good. I think I want the land more than the Champion of Doosan. We'll just put it here. Recently, Formation Breaker has just been giving me the beatdowns. I'm just going to put 4 swamps in my deck. I swear. I've looked at 13 cards. I have 6 black sources. Just come on. Come on, deck. Do me a solid. We're at 12. So they can make this into a 9/9. Sagu Wildling or Basic Swamp would just be the absolute best possible thing. But this is a cool deck. It's just like a Teamer almost Stompy deck. Just curve out a little bit. Probably has like Tawny backs and stuff. It's another way to draft for sure. Just like 5 colors is much harder to pull off these days. Wow, they chose not to keep Sipsig Appraiser. That is a cause for concern. I mean, presumably they have a removal spell or something. I don't know. Maybe it was better to just cast Focus the Mind. Just because the Formation Breaker just straight up kills me. And casting Focus the Mind would have given me more answers to the Formation Breaker. So that could have also been bad. Oh, that's the Temur Tawnyback I talked about. And they left up blue mana. Huh. So maybe they do have a counterspell with a dragon. They discarded Focus the Mind. And that is a Kishless Skimmer. That is a Molten Exhale for us. And I am going to pass. Like, I'm just dead, okay? I'm just straight up dead if they go for the Sage of the Fang. So I'm just leaving a bunch of mana up to see if they play a little more carefully. Oh, I can play sorceries at instant speed. No, their deck is sweet. Their deck is definitely sweet. Just like blue-green counters. Definitely gonna consider this next time I draft. It's a bad start. Absolutely a bad start. The only nice thing is that my opponent's a coward. And that gives me a chance. I say that jokingly, just because I'm super dead, and they've been playing very well. Like, they know they can't lose. No, blue-green tempo, a real thing. And let's move on. Oof. Rough start. You know, sometimes you have good drafts, and sometimes you have drafts where the mana really just doesn't agree with you, and that has been the case here. Alright, we have an uphill battle to climb here, friends. Oh my gosh, we have 3 colors of mana. Fantastic. Absolutely keeping this hand. Rugged Highlands, 2 islands. Turn to a Rolling Dragonstorm, probably pitching one of these islands, depending on what we find. Yeah. This Embermouth Sentinel is reserved. It's on the reserve list. It's gonna find me a swamp. Temur Devotee. Alright, Warden of the Grove. Oh my gosh, putting counters on this is kind of gross. If I can pull that off. They hit me with the good game. You hate to see it. Let's see, they probably have a counterspell. No? Oh, okay. What does a 1/1 do on this board? Nothing, right? I'm just gonna make this a 5/5. Magmatic Hellkite. Goodness, okay. Do I want a mountain or a swamp? I think I want a swamp because my black cards are better at killing the Magmatic Hellkite. Gotta think here. Do I want to trade the Pummeler with the Hellkite? Let's get the mountain. I want a 2/2 here. Like a 4-3 against the devotees, whatever anyways. Okay. Okay. Oh, on the Warden of the Grove, sure. Yeah, that's really good. Alright, so what do I do now? Like, they stabilize the board, so now I'm kind of interested in keeping the Pummeler back, right? They have 3 cards in hand. I feel like I should just go Warden into Focus the Mind. And just stay back. Here, I like all of my cards, so I'm just gonna pitch the Jungle Hollow. I have all my colors anyways. Yeah, let's do that. So now I can, yeah, I have lots of options here. So I'm not feeling too bad about this board. Like, if they kill the Warden, the Pummeler blocks everything. If they kill the Pummeler, yeah, okay. I'm shocked they scooped there, but I guess they just didn't have another answer to the Warden. And my hand was fantastic there, so. All right, we are 2-2, but still, like I said, a long hill to climb. We have all of our colors. There is no shot I am mulliganing this hand. Swiftwater Cliffs, Bloodfell Caves, and Forest, and things to do early. I don't care what happens in this game, but at least we will put up a good fight at the very least. Let's lead with the Swiftwater Cliffs to give us the option of playing Exile on 2. Depending on the land they play, so Mountain is interesting. Yeah, let's just play the Forest, keep up Dispelling and Molten Exhale. So Boros, okay, red-white, On turn 3... Look, if my opponent plays the draw-go game with me in their Boros deck, we're in totally fine shape. Although they're playing Jeskai now. Agent of Kotis is just simply far too bad of a magic card for me to care about here. Just gonna play it nice and slow. Nice and slow. Okay, Embermouth Sentinel, also an interesting card. Alright, I don't want to miss a land drop, so let's go ahead and play this. Let's go get another island. Let's play the island, and then decide how we want to move forward with this. I'm gonna pass. Just playing it patiently. They're playing around Dispelling Exhale anyways. Okay, I mean... Now we can play Sipsig Appraiser. Okay, so they're clearly going to resolve something big here, but hopefully we can deal with it in somehow, some way. But, you know, if they're just going to run that out, like, we'll do it like this. Do I want another blue source? I'll just take Jungle Hollow. Alright, here it is. I mean, this is the big spell that they wanted to resolve. If it's like a big enchantment, I guess that'd be pretty bad. Oh my gosh, that is... They played a Dispelling Exhale so they could resolve a Temur Tawny back. It's not the scariest thing in the world. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Discard a card. I don't think I need this Sentinel anymore. Even though, like, I can maybe set up a situation where I get value off of it. I just want to keep hitting my land drops instead. And we have a bazillion dragons in our hand. No attacks. All right. My opponent, I'm just going to say they're a control player. Let's just go with that. They are a control player at heart. 5 cards in hand. What do I want to do? Maybe this one? Bewildering Blizzard, we will counter. I think in this more controlling matchup, countering something that lets them draw 3 cards is really big. Go figure, right? All right, there is their green source. All right. Whoa. I am not going to play that yet with blue open mana, but I will try my best to get them to counter stuff. Like, if they counter my Whirlwing Stormbrood, I'm in really excellent shape, right? And I can deal 8 damage. So that's 3, 7, 8, which is perfect. We'll see what they choose to do here. I have a little bit of pressure with the Goldkeeper. Also, I can just go end of turn Stormbrood and cast Unending Whispers, which is really nice. But yeah, this is an excellent bait spell based on this board. All right, Encroaching Dragonstorm. Uh-oh. Okay. Frostcliff Siege. Oh. Let's see what they choose with this mode. I can't counter it. Teamer? It's a lot of damage. This has double strike. 6. It tramples as well. 6, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sure. Three, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Kaboom! So we're at 10, they're at 8. I have a 10-10 pro-white, pro-black flyer to block some hasty thing. Okay. And then I have the ability to Molten Exile this as well. Equilibrium Adept. Okay, so they're just dead. Does this trample? No. All right. Good effort. But we got this. Whew. Okay. Oreni to the rescue. That was, like, kind of got scary with the amount of damage that came in. I was at 24, and all of a sudden they just hit me for a gazillion. But we managed to stabilize, and we are still on the comeback trail. Look, if we just draw our mana, our deck is totally fine. It's just 2 of our losses, we just couldn't cast our spells. So the MVP is Bloodfell Caves. If I have Bloodfell Caves in my opener, for the most part, I'm feeling pretty good. There it is! Although I don't have any of my good cards, but at least I have the tools to survive, right? I have all my colors. Although they led with Island, so this hand is not quite as good if my opponent's on Island. But we'll see. Okay. Yeah, this is... All right. They had the Dispelling Exhale, sure. I do have a few ways to get this. I have the 2 Sultai things to get this back, but this hand is like really good against Mardu, but less so against these types of decks, but it's still fine. We have 5 lands, 2 Molten Exhales. As long as they don't kill the Pummeler and just play creatures instead, we're doing okay. If they have a Caustic Exhale, I guess, that would be bad. But trying to use a Caustic Exhale when I have this much mana is pretty bad, I think. Another Forest there is not good. Definitely need to find like a Roiling Dragonstorm or some way to go through my cards. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. Glacial Dragon Hunt, okay. Do they really want to kill Temur Devotee? No, they're just using it to draw a card. Into Focus the Mind. Yeah, this is horrible. This is just everything I don't want to play against with how my draw has... Yeah, with my draw. Oh, I should have killed the Devotee so they can't play Dragon Hunt to kill my champion. Okay. And they do have the Caustic Exhale? Ah, yeah, okay. I mean, sometimes just the sequencing doesn't work the way that you want, and that is the nature of the beast. Yeah, this is just, like, they had way more card draw. And in this type of matchup, card draw is the most important thing. These Molten Exhales, just, I haven't even had a good target for the Molten Exhales yet. You know what I mean? This feels bad. I mean, we just got out 5 colored here. Just got out 5 colored. And now they play the Stormshriek Feral. Ureni? I feel like because I have Ureni, it's just like I still always have a chance. Although if I draw the Ureni, it has to be now. Okay. And even then, I don't know that I'm going to win. But I can certainly have a better chance. Three, 4, 5. Okay. We take 9 damage? 10 damage. All right, Ureni. Ureni or bust. Wait, they could have gone for the... Okay, well, you know, 79... okay. All right. Well, not every draft can go perfectly, right? Not every draft can go perfectly. And, you know, pivoting is really difficult, especially when you are a 5-color deck. Pivoting is tough because now that everybody is fighting you for 5-color cards, oftentimes you're just going to end up with maybe a couple of cards short of your ideal setup. And with this deck, I thought this deck was fine for the most part. We did have a couple of card draw effects. We did prioritize them, right? We had 1, 2, 3. Awaken the Honor Dead would have been nice. And we had the Appraiser too. So the pick that I really, really regret was taking the Ice Climber over the Globe. I should have just taken the Globe. Like, the Ice Climber is just such a mediocre card. I should have just taken the Globe. Like, unless I'm going to end up in some kind of really aggressive deck with a bunch of counters. So that would have gone a really long way to at least helping me win one of my losses at the very least. But the issue here is that the Ice Climber was a bad pick. Frontline Rush, after, like, I think I'm just, not gonna lie, I'm a little addicted to the Boros beatdowns because look, like, I've had so much success with it in my recent videos. After first picking a Warden of the Grove, I should just try to play a deck that can utilize the Warden of the Grove. So what was I thinking, right? Just don't take the Frontline Rush. Just take the Dispelling Exhale. Take the Dispelling Exhale, then take the Dragon Sniper. Then I have a Globe, and I just end up with a much better deck, and a deck that would have had a much better record than 3-3. Like, Areni still saved with the day in a lot of instances. That last round opponent, no matter what, that's probably a loss, right? No matter what, that's probably a loss because they just ended up drawing a lot more card draw than we did. And so I just was going to be in a lot of trouble there anyways. But I think in some of the other losses, the reason why I lost is not my gameplay. It can be directly attributed to the draft. So like I said, in every draft video, you have to look back at things that were in your control and were out of your control. In that last match, that was out of my control for the most part. I don't think that some of the cards that I would have taken in the previous packs would have changed the outcome of that game necessarily because they were just up cards and I couldn't find the Areni. But mana was definitely an issue to some degree, and I could have had just a handful more playable cards, right? I could have had a Dragon Sniper, and I could have had a Globe over an Ice Climber, right? Over, I don't know, maybe a Champion of Doosan. Maybe I would have taken an extra card draw spell, right? Because I had the Globe and my mana was okay. So those are all little things you have to look back on and figure out kind of where you need to be. And a second pick uncommon is not necessarily a sign that that archetype is open. So maybe it would have just been better there to take the Dispelling Exhale and then let's say there's a pack, pick 4, where everything is kind of middling, and I see a Frontline Rush or a War Effort, then maybe I consider speculating. But I think after, and also it depends on what your first pick is, right? If my first pick is just a Sib-Sig Appraiser, or no, maybe that's not even a good example. If my first pick is like a Sagu Wildling, right, out of a really weak pack, and then I see Frontline Rush or Dispelling Exhale, yeah, taking the Frontline Rush is fine there. But when I open a bomb like Warden of the Grove, which can completely take over the game by itself, I should just do, when it's close, I take the card that fits into a deck with Warden of the Grove. And that was just a mistake. Full stop, that was a mistake. I made that mistake because I've been having success with Boros, and I saw a really powerful signpost uncommon, and that kind of pushed me in a direction where I ended up with 3 or 4 playables short of what could have been a far superior deck. And if I had that, maybe we end up with a 4-3, a 5-3, who knows? But this is just an example of a draft where you can just look back. Literally pack 2 is where the mistake happened, and it just kind of was a cascade of mistakes until I fully committed to this archetype in pack 2 after I opened the Areni. But had I just fully committed early on, I would have had 3 or 4 more playable cards that would have improved my deck, and it would have made it from, this deck is like maybe a 5 or a 6, mostly maybe a 6. It's actually not bad. Maybe a 5, 5.5, 6. I have an Areni in my deck. It's at least a 6, but it could have maybe made it into like a 7.5 just from a couple of those small adjustments. And also, me taking those cards would have possibly prevented my opponent the person that I passed to, it would have maybe pushed them into Boros and not into 5 colors, and maybe pack 2 would have been better as well. So this is just me looking back, 3-3, just a little speed bump on our road to getting to Mythic. So I will turn things around, and hopefully in the next video, we can go 7-0, clean 7-0 into Mythic. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and would like to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all Magic the Gathering sealed product or singles. So you want to buy that booster box of Final Fantasy, or you want to buy some singles for your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com. Hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories, deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads. They got a ton of great stuff. Check them out. heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.